This presentation will outline the key areas that should be considered when sharing data. It will explain the various legal requirements when sharing data, explore how your data may be useful to other GIS users and colleagues, and whether it could be useful to share it via various GIS online applications. Nottingham City Council's GIS data is shared with its ArcGIS users at the Council, other internal colleagues, partners and members of the public. The main bulk of data is stored in a central ArcSDE database, and the data stored in this is accessed by all the users to some greater or lesser extent. Additionally, Nottingham City Council's ArcGIS users create extra layer files which are used by other ArcGIS users within the Council. Also, GIS data is used in both internal and external applications, for example Nomad mapping, Nottingham Insight and My Property mapping sites. Data is shared through other business-specific applications, such as the School Catchment Finder for those citizens looking to identify their catchment school, Report a Problem for citizens reporting on antisocial behaviour via the Internet, and the Gritting Routes. These specific business applications are continually being developed and enhanced for specific audiences. Additional information about these specific applications can be found in the presentation titled Online Mapping Tools at Nottingham City Council. There are also two key corporate systems for managing Nottingham City Council's GIS data: Confirm and Uniform. Confirm is the Council's asset management system managing waste collections, highway inspections and maintenance, property management, street cleansing, bridge maintenance, antisocial behaviour calls, plus data for other services. Uniform is a modular system, and currently the gazetteer management system is used to hold, clean and maintain the local land and property gazetteer data. Development management, including planning, listed buildings, tree preservation orders, enforcements, building control, estates management for data concerning all council-owned property, including lettings and leases, and the local development framework. ArcSDE extracts and also feeds into these two corporate systems. This chart shows an overview of how the GIS data is accessed and shared and the different mapping sites and applications that it feeds into. If you were involved in data capture, it is worth assessing what useful information does your team hold. It is worth asking the question, would others be interested in this information as well? Could it save your service area or other service areas money and resources? For example, if the data feeds into a business-specific application, for example Report a Problem, where citizens can report problems via a website and identify the exact location and nature of the problem by using this online application. This reduces the need for officer time in answering phone calls. Historically, data has sat in silos in individual teams. It is important that you can reduce this happening by sharing your data with either other users, partners or citizens. By sharing your data, you do not necessarily need to share your data with everyone. It may be that only part of your dataset is to be shared with a discrete group of users. Security can be set up to enable this to ensure only specified users have access to the data. Please contact the Nottingham City Council's GIS team if you think that this is the case, and the team will provide support in making the data available to other users. There are a few issues that you should be aware of if supplying GIS data and maps to external organisations. The first of these relates to the PSMA. From the 1st of April 2011, the Public Sector Mapping Agreement, PSMA, came into place, replacing the former Mapping Services Agreement. The PSMA means that all public sector organisations within England and Wales have access to the same core Ordnance Survey and addressing products under the same terms, all free at the point of use. The aim of the PSMA is to facilitate data sharing between public organisations. However, there are restrictions as to how this data can be used. This includes supplying data to external organisations. For additional information on the Public Sector Mapping Agreement, you can watch the specific PSMA presentation that is available via GIS 24/7. It is one of the presentations available under the GIS Essentials tab. Partner organisations and other external agencies, consultants and contractors will often request Nottingham City Council to supply maps or data. In many cases, this will be a requirement to enable them to carry out work which the City Council has commissioned them to undertake or supports the core business of the City Council. As custodians of the data, Nottingham City Council needs to ensure that any requests for third-party data used or acquired by Nottingham City Council fully complies with the licensing agreements we have with the original data suppliers, for example the Ordnance Survey. This working arrangement is often facilitated by requesting the contractor or partner to sign a document which provides details of their project, ensuring that they will only use the data for its intended purpose and will destroy any data once the project is completed. If you need to supply data to an external organisation, then please contact the GIS team so that the relevant paperwork can be put in place. A third issue that should be considered when supplying data externally relates to publishing maps. It is important to ensure that the correct copyrights are included on any map that is published. For further details about copyright notices, please refer to the document titled Third-Party Data Copyright Statements and Regulations, which is available on Nottingham City Council's intranet. The GIS pages on the intranet are a useful resource. This can be accessed under More Quick Links, GIS Data and Information Team from the intranet homepage. The GIS team will be expanding on these pages, so please make sure you revisit them as information is refreshed. Also available are a number of key documents that provide supporting information. If you are in doubt, however, over any copyright issue or Nottingham City Council's licensing arrangements with various data providers, please contact the GIS team who will be able to answer your questions.